Hey everybody, and welcome back to Omikron Part 10. Do not do Omikron Nomad Souls Part 10. Do not do tips, tricks, guides, walkthroughs, speedruns, 100% trophies, or achievements. I play games for fun with the sole goal in mind. Invade your phones and homes, your big screens, all screens in betweens. I hit you with a blast from the past, a wave of nostalgia as we lays down the laziest of lazy rivers, a lazy river called life. To harken back to a time in the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Go over to a buddy's place after school or work where you drop your pack, drop your gear, drop a button, chair, anywhere, it doesn't matter because we were there to play good games. Like Shinobi for the PS2, or even play bad games like that Justice League Marvel Ultimate Alliance ripoff. That was pretty terrible from what I heard, which is sad because Justice League and DC have a pretty decent roster of heroes they could do a lot with. Regardless, you know, we get older, time goes on, it marches on to the beat of the drum. It's kind of hard to organize events with friends and family to get them on over some couch co-op, so I do these videos in hopes that you pop them on in the background. Either one video, some of the videos, none of the videos, all the videos. And that way you invite me into your home, I invite you into mine. And for the next hour and a half, 2 hours, consider me your buddy, your pal, your friend. As we sit down, experience new games for the first time, old games for the first time in this case. I've never played this game until recently when I started doing these videos. Or, you know, we might take a stroll down nostalgia lane to check out how games fare after 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 years after we first played them. So sit back, relax, and let's have some laughs and pass some gas. I want to give a special thank you, though, to my subscribers, to each and every subscriber, because if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be doing these videos, especially at the frequency in which I do them. And I make this promise to y'all that as long as one of y'all sticks around, I'm going to keep doing videos. Last but not least, of course, any drive-by remnant computers, howdy, and fuzzy pickles. Alright, so we're going to go down here. Alright. I remember that. Come down here. From the previous video. We do that. Oh, no. Now I've begun to understand why people do shorter videos, but yeah. Are you Photo?
Photo be my name. Welcome to Photo's home, Nomad Soul. Mega honor for me to receive Nomad Soul. What can Photo do for Nomad Soul?
I need a sham to get to Homestagen.
To help Nomad Soul is the great honor for Photo. Take Sham, present from Photo to Nomad Soul.
Can you show me the way to Homestagen?
Take Split in Rock not far away. That be way to Hammerstagen.
Hammerstagen.
Don't go there. Too dangerous. Place for dead. You die if you go there.
Thanks for your help, Photo. Oh, hey. 1,238% better than my current network. Wow, I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. It isn't. Trust me, I've done that. Can't get on it. Photo. Buddy. The sham won't let me climb on.
Photo not think of this. Sham's very untrusting. First know you, then let you mount. Catacomb Shams never see human like you. Photo sorry. Journey to Hamastagan not possible. No mount.
But I must absolutely find a sham to take me to Homestagen.
Photo cannot help. Sorry.
Alright, so,
In
clarification, I've already done this part 3 times, but each time, lost power, game crash, other issues. So, I'm going to show you the right way to do things. I am going to let the dialogue kind of try and play itself out. So then we'll go over here, like last time. The last 5 or 6, no, it was probably like 3 or 4. Go to Photo. Nothing to say to him? Oh, it worked last time. Still can't go on. Can't get on. Alright, this mixture is vile. Tell me, Photo, where are the tins of stinking liquid all around the farm for?
That be the Klebon to keep Grubos away from shams. Grubos like eat shams. The Klebon smell so stink, they stay away. That way, no problem. Most important, you stay away from the Klebon. Deadly poison. Kill you straight away.
Okay, I'll try to remember. Alright, so this is, go over here. You don't listen to him. Drink it. Drink it. Ooh, you got me good. He comes over to check, and then it turns into Photo of the 9 fingers and the ring of doom. Now your Photo. And he's got kick butt stats. We go to this sham, not the other one. And he doesn't care, he lets you on. Because Photo already smells like that, and they're familiar with him. And I think in a previous video I said, oh, this is like a bantha. You move the stone. Don't stop believing. So, I'm disappointed in myself. I do apologize. This isn't... You guys missed my very, very first reaction because of the power outage. And I could lie to you and say, oh, hey guys, this is the first time I'm playing this, whoa, kind of thing, but I wouldn't do that to you. I do believe in authenticity. Remember, my stuff is unscripted, unedited, and completely unprofessional. So we fight this chick, I think? Because it's the same model as the one in the arena we fought. And it listed as female, so I don't know what role it is. Or it has. But alright. As you can see, his stats uber powerful. Next is the City of the Dead part. You go to first person, yeah, the necropolis. Legends true, these tombs contain the remains of the masters of the ancient art. I will show you how not to get destroyed at this part, because the first time I played this, I went through a bunch of health. Okay. Really, that's all you gotta do with this part.
I hear you.
Like, no, there's way kill Astaroth.
Toward the end of the Cobalt Wars.
I was gonna let the dialogue play out, but you can pause,
In a merciless
so I don't run into that same issue I ran into last time. Why wasn't Astaroth killed by the magic sword?
leader of
He was
the
brave and strong.
Brave
It was given to him. The challenge Astaroth in combat. It lasted 7 days, 7 nights. He didn't do it. What did Cash Lawn do?
bitterness and vexation because of his terrible failure. He withdrew.
What would happen? Nomad so failed to kill the Astaroth. He'd rule for 990,000 years. I've heard that like 8 times now. Where's Kushalan now? It's Temporal Island.
Is
Lost some frozen wastes. Almost had a duty kill. Astaroth. Meet the hero, get the sword. Plant the sword in his heart. Got it. So, to do that though, we learn you have to find 3 ghosts, but beware of the evil ghosts. Now, at this point, enemies respawn. So you get more of those devil dogs, two Londons. Now these are the ghosts, and you got to be careful because they will shred you. Alright, so that one got one hit off on me, but it's fine. Alright, so what doors? I checked all the doors, and that was my mistake. First one is here. First ghost is here you need. Easy peasy. It's just right there. Once you know where all the ghosts are, it's actually really easy peasy, but you know, when I first played it, didn't know. And by first play, I mean I played this like 40-something minutes ago. Was the last time. I didn't take days between to pick it back up, though maybe I should have. Started to get frustrated because, again, first one was a power outage, second one was the game glitching. Slide down here. Second ghost is in here. And it was trial and error. I went door to door. The other doors spawn more of those angry ghosts who you don't trade shots with. You just don't do it. It's not a good idea. And there is no order. I think you can get all the ghosts in any order, really. But this is the last one. You know you have them because they'll switch to third person again. Let's have them teleport us. They do a little magic thing. Alright. Now we look like we're at Hoth. Ah, Star Wars. There's rings there to save, but I'd recommend skipping those rings. Not like you need them at this point. You should have like at least 30, if not more. I think I missed like 5 rings in the back area. Going back a little bit more, but again, it's at this point in the game. Remember, rings are only for saving, really. And we are right there at the finish line. I got that first try when I first played this. I thought it was going to be like a leaping puzzle. Jump. Oh, I didn't fail that before, but that's new. It's kind of curious if it would be like an instant death or not, though. Maybe here should be safe. Okay, there should be safe. And we go to talk to King Conan. I've come for the sword.
So, Astaroth has returned to the surface of the Earth. I guessed as much. The spirits of the dead were murmuring his name.
I don't know if I'm the Nomad Soul, but I have to destroy Astaroth.
Days gone by, I did combat with the demon and his infernal horde.
He just gives you an expo dump
It was
about
so
where he
long
was.
ago that not even the books remember. Oh, what a price humanity has had to pay for my failure. So much suffering, so many deaths. All my fault.
Tell me about the sword.
Magicians in Feanon enclosed their souls in the blade 1,000 years ago. This is where its magic power to destroy Astaroth comes from. The souls of the magicians will never be freed until Astaroth is slain by Bakayal.
Why did he fail to kill Astaroth? Oh god.
After 7 days, 7 nights of relentless combat, Astaroth and I both fell to the ground, exhausted. The humans there took advantage of the opportunity to put Astaroth into an Epiphander cage, which they then lowered into the bottom of a lake of lava. Imbeciles. They sent Astaroth to the one place I couldn't kill him. I knew one day he would return to the surface of the earth. I had no choice but to wait patiently until that dreaded day. I kept hoping for the arrival of the Nomad Soul. He who would take Bakayal from me and finish the job I could not complete.
Why do you take refuge here?
Unfortunately, I am so old that were I to leave this temporal island, I would crumble into dust. Which is exactly what I shall do, as soon as Bakayal has found a new master.
You really think I'm the Nomad Soul?
Yes,
I am the Nomad Soul. What should I do now?
trust your instinct.
Never lose control. Go now, your destiny awaits you. Okay. Sorry, I'm a bit impatient because I've had to sit through this like 4 freaking times, man. Alright, go up here. We grab a sword with our wrist, placing it on our forearm. Because that's what good sword masters do. Then we switch bodies. For someone who's even better at combat. Go through the portal. Follow this path. It'll lead to a stairwell where there'll be a save. This is the final save in the game coming up, so that's why I said you don't need to save in Hoth, because there's, as far as I know, there's nothing there. I've done this plenty of times already, but we'll do it again. Alright. Now this is around the time it froze. Freezes again. I will not be a happy camper. Alright, so you see the green stuff? There's going to be 6 green orbs. This is what I deduced. You shoot the orbs. Break him free from his cage because you have to shoot a target on his back. And it's a very small target. And Astaroth. I might try and fight him regularly once just to show you how crazy it can be. You know what? I don't have the patience for that. I'm going to show you how to beat him. And the way to beat him, because I had spent in the first video like 40 minutes trying to beat him the normal way. And I just kept hitting my head against the wall, so I did cheat and look it up. And I will show you an easy way to beat him, provided by a YouTube channel called Internet Nobody. So visit the channel, Give them a thumbs up, a like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Appreciate you, Internet Nobody, for showing me this trick because it was frustrating. Now the thing is, the more you hurt him, the quicker he gets, the more quick his attacks come out. You can't heal. Doesn't matter how many med kits you bring. You cannot heal at this part. So your power comes from souls. Yeah, he's an edgy boy. That'll never happen. Come to destroy you. I won't fail. I don't know if the legend's true, but I'm going to find out. Alright, so. Do this. Alright. You get those orbs. I'm going to show you how to beat them. Not the normal way, but the way that Internet Nobody has a video on. And I would have figured it out eventually, just because I like to try and figure this stuff out. I feel I would have figured it out eventually, but there's this spot here. Did you see that gem in the back? You have to hit it like 36 times. And again, he goes quicker. Or he gets quicker. The more you damage it. And it's real finicky, as you can see. And you just do this. I beat him quicker the last time I tested this out because I got lucky with his positioning. You can kind of bait him a bit. See, he's getting quicker. Does his health get slower? He's still a pain in the butt to beat, though. That's what you want him to do when you get him stuck in this spot, is to spin. There we go. That's how you beat the final boss. Thank you to Internet Nobody for that. Otherwise, it is a very head-banging, frustrating experience because it's got to be for the last boss, apparently. Because you have to hit that small gem, and you move slow. There's no sprint. The other tactic I was working on was trying to figure out the timing for get close to him, he jumps. If you run past him, he should miss you some of the time, and that should give you a free shot or two on his back. But, yeah. Since this was like the 4th or 5th time that I've done this, in the first or second attempt, I spent like an hour trying to beat him. My patience is long gone. So, let's see the end. Ix, the central computer, the machine that decided the future of the human race, was controlled by Astaroth. We did it. We beat Nomad, Soul, Omikron. Alright. The revolution is over. The awakened ones have achieved their goal. They have destroyed the machine that governed them. From now on, the human race will be free to choose its destiny. Alright. The palace is ruined. The fighting must have been terrible. I guess the awakened led a revolt while I was doing that. Would have been neat to take part in that. Or Chef's private apartment. He certainly looked after himself. All his wealth is no good to him now. And you'd seen Rashev whenever we went to the fighting pits. He was the guy sitting in the chair watching us, peering down. David Bowie. As Boz, I think. Right? Boz was a living computer thing. Jenna, Mystic Lady, the guy that was the head of the Awakened Revolution group, and the Save guy.
This is the last time I will use my magic rings to teleport you. Now you will no longer need my help.
Now, I have not seen any of this. Who are you, old man?
I am the renegade sorcerer, Matanbukus, author of the Book of Naut. Thousands of years ago, humans sullied my name, believing I was too cowardly to place my soul in the blade of Barkayong with the other sorcerers. I sacrificed my honor to save the life of my daughter, Soyinka.
Thanks for your assistance. I'm not going to try and even pronounce that name again.
I could not leave you at the mercy of the demons. I used my magic to help you vanquish Astaroth. Now my brother sorcerers are free. I will be able to explain to them and regain my honor. Thank you, Nomad Soul.
You have brought back my father and restored his honor. Words cannot express my gratitude. The Azkeels have regained their pride. They fought valiantly with the humans to free Omikron, and now they are regarded as brothers, not as animals. Thank you for all you have done for my people.
All the inhabitants of Omikron are now awakened. The trusts have been destroyed. The last skirmishes are ending in the streets. We have had an extraordinary victory, which our descendants will recount from generation to generation, and we owe this victory to you, Nomad Soul. You helped us win back our freedom. For us all, you are now a legendary hero, like Cuchulainn before you. I shall try to take on material form again and leave this accursed network that has kept me prisoner for centuries. Thank you for all you have done for us, Nomad Soul. We'll never forget you.
You have accomplished your destiny, Nomad Soul. Few men can boast of such exploits. You must leave us. Your soul is no longer in danger now that Astaroth is dead. But an extended stay in our dimension could cause you to lose your mind. The magicians you set free, Matambukus, and myself, shall bring our magic together to send you home.
My heart is sad to see you leave us now that we have achieved our goal. We will turn Omikron into a paradise, and your memory
We
shall be
saved
engraved
this
in each of
reality.
us forever.
We've come a long
Perhaps,
way.
in another time, another place, we could have loved each other and lived happily together. Fate has decided otherwise. I'll never forget you, Nomad Soul.
Use the Omikron program to come back anytime. We won't be able to see you, but you will be free to wander through our city as you remember your exploits amongst us.
Go now. You must go back to your own dimension and live out your own destiny. It will probably seem very ordinary to you.
So
but
again,
always remember
if you haven't watched the other videos, basically we get pulled into this world. The game acts like we, the player, are doing a Tron thing where we get pulled into their reality. So they're talking to me, or you, if you're playing the game. Kind of a neat story hook. Makes you feel like you're invested personally. Like, oh, this is me doing it in the body of, I'm able to soul swap into other people's bodies. The end. Alright, I'm going to call it here, folks, because I don't know if this is going to be a song that's going to get copyright struck or anything. It's just going to show us the different areas of the game that we've been to and maybe how they fare now. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty, the Ryan rating system. Is it a bad game? B.A.D. B stands for boring, A stands for awesome, D stands for dumb. Is the game boring? I wasn't bored. To be fair, my frustration or boredom may have came towards the end because, well, I had to replay that section like 4 or 5 times. But this game is a composite of a fighting game, an action game, adventure, first-person shooter, point-and-click puzzle adventure. So there's enough variety in the basic gameplay loop to keep you invested. Each of the missions, for the most part, felt unique and crafted to be specific. So it didn't feel like you were doing, like, bomb 10 buildings or, find 10 icons. You weren't doing, like, fetch quests. They didn't really repeat. So from a gameplay standpoint, it wasn't boring. From a narrative standpoint, it was quite interesting. It's a cyberpunk world. It's a mix of Judge Dredd, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, or fantasy in general. Blade Runner. It's a unique world with its own languages, runes, interactions. You're able to body swap, which is something I didn't do a lot of. So there's even more flexibility. It allows you to approach different aspects of the game in different manners and different ways. So no, I found the story engaging. I was always interested in what came next, even if I couldn't pronounce half the words that they were putting up on the screen. So the game was not boring. It gets a green check mark. Visually, it was great to look at too. I think it holds up well. I don't think it's a bad looking game. Obviously it's not cutting edge, but this game came out in 1999. What do you expect? So it gets a green check mark, 1 thumbs up. Is the game awesome? It's a mixture of some of my favorite stuff, cyberpunk and fantasy. It's got David Bowie. David Bowie. He does some of the music and he does some of the character acting. I think he's like 2 different characters, voices. Yeah, game's awesome. Now, is the game dumb? one or two of the puzzles towards the end of the game was pretty dumb. Because there wasn't much direction with it. But I did like how the game... Oh, what was also dumb was the advice thing. That's just a money sink. Don't spend your rings on advice. Just save your rings for saves. But outside of that, I mean, even though it doesn't do the FPS or the fighting game sections really well, they were implemented well enough that it was still fun. None of that detracted from it. So, going backtrack a bit, with the game being awesome, it gets a check mark, a green check mark, and a thumbs up there. So we're at 2 thumbs up, 2 green check marks. And with dumb, as I was waxing on about for a little bit, no, the game isn't dumb. It kind of gets goofy towards the end with floating spirit heads and the city of the dead and ancient long dead warriors that aren't dead that have existed but can't leave the room. You know, it's a good kind of nerdy dumb though, right? It's not the bad kind of dumb, like this is just dumb. So it wasn't dumbly written. The world was interesting because it's different. They didn't just take the easy way out and say, here's your world, but it's in a video game, so it's real life but worse because you have restrictions more so than you do in the real world. Something else that was slightly dumb was weapon variety. You just need the waver. Don't bother with the other guns. The waver and the rod. The rod for the demons. The waver for everything else. Just get the basic waver, you're good. I like how you had switch bodies at points. That was good too. Like narratively, they made you switch bodies, which means you'd have to reinvest in the character again. Money was easy to make. I'd never found myself needing or wanting for items because you just go to the arena, fight up to the last guy, let the last guy beat you, and then you can keep doing the arena over and over. Just don't beat the last guy in the arena fight. And you have basically infinite money. So no, the game's not dumb. Outside again of a crash I had when I was going through dialogue with Astaroth where the game froze, I didn't run into any other problems. Like, I had to reconfigure the controls at the beginning to be a bit more friendly to my hands and wrist. I played this with keyboard and mouse during the first-person shooter sections, but does it have gamepad support? No, not really, kind of, sort of. Would be the best way. I wouldn't recommend it. It's real finicky. So, I mean, I guess that was kind of dumb, the controller support thing. But, overall, not dumb. Gets another green check mark. A 3rd thumbs up because we're good Gene Stealer boys and girls. So, Omikron, the Nomad soul, consider you defeated. Last boss. Oh, that is the dumb part. The last boss is dumb. Just because the controls do not really warrant itself to being quick. And could I have muscled through it? I probably could have eventually gotten it without doing that exploit that I showed you. But like I said, he starts getting faster and faster, and it's hard to hit him, and your character moves like a tank. Not as quick as a tank, but really slow. So like turning or even doing 180s, game would have benefited from a bit of tweaking there. Alright folks, I'm going to call it here though. I had fun. The game was well worth it. You can pick it up on Good Old Games is what I played on. I don't know if it's on Steam. I'm sure it is. And probably for pretty cheap. And if not, wait for a sale, and it's like $2. I'm more than certain. If you're a young gamer and you're looking to experience a bit of the past, it's well worth it. If you're an older gamer and, like me, you pass by on this one. I remember I saw the box art at places. I remember I've seen ads for it, but it's a game I never played because I never owned a Dreamcast. And at the time, my PC gaming was relegated to mostly RTS stuff. So, and MUDs and a couple other games, but for the most part, this one went under the radar for me. But I'm glad I got to play it. It's kind of neat and interesting. Kind of wonder why Quantic Dreams never went back to try and do more with this property, or even the style of game. They moved to that like rhythm-based face buttons only style, basically menuing through a movie approach. So, but getting zapped to another world and your body inhabiting the characters in the game and the characters in the video game interacting with you like they live in another reality and you experience this world together. Brilliant. Wonderful. Loved it. And again, mixing science fiction, cyberpunk with fantasy. Right up my alley. Alright, for sure. Gonna call it. Doing the outro. To my subscribers, you all stay awesome. You have an amazing day. Drive by Redneck Beers. Catch you next time. Till then, everyone, you have a good morning, good afternoon, and a good night.